Before getting into this review, I would like to apologize for the 2-week delay. I've been sick, and I would also like to apologize for the lighting if it changes throughout this review, because it's becoming late and it's been raining, and so the lighting may be a little dumb. So I apologize for that ahead of time. Anyways, I'm Dcinemas, and this is View Then Review, and this time we'll be looking at Treasure Planet. Where do I start? No, really, where do I start? This is a very solid and underrated movie that nobody knows about. For me, this review is kind of a letdown. I mean, my last review was Equestria Girls, and I tore that movie limb from limb, making jokes left and right. And this one, I kinda got nothing. It's more of a straightforward review where I got nothing to joke about, mainly because there's really nothing wrong with this film. There's a few things that I pick at, but overall, there's nothing to really make fun of. So out of every movie I could have done after Equestria Girls, I chose to follow it up with Treasure Planet. I've seen this movie 2 times. We start off with a boy watching a book. In the future, books read themselves. I swear to God, we're just getting lazier and lazier.
Oh, can those eyes get any bigger?
Here is where my first issue is, and it's really the definition of a nitpick. I mean, this is a nitpick. The humans look weird to me. It's something with their faces, I think, but I can't pinpoint it. But again, it's nothing, it's just a nitpick, but I just thought I'd point it out. This movie also has a really good blend of CGI and animation. As well as it is, I really truly miss the classic animation. It's one of the reasons why the Tarzan movie is one of my favorites. I just think it looks magnificent, and funny enough, it's not the first time I made a comparison between that movie and this movie. I'm wondering if it's made by the same animators, because for some reason I keep getting this thought of Tarzan in my head as I watch this movie. Jim Hawkins, our main protagonist, is seen flying through a restricted area and is arrested and taken home. It's here we meet his mother, who runs an inn, and Dr. Doppler, an astrophysicist who's close friends with Jim's family. After the ordeal with the police, we learn that Jim's dad had left them all behind and never looked back. And that Jim is pretty smart if he puts in the work instead of getting in trouble all the time. Right after this, a ship crash lands and the pilot is carried by Jim back to his house, where the guy drops dead. What? I gotta make this quick, man. The review has been overdue for 2 weeks. Anyways, he has a treasure which he was attacked for by a cyborg pirate and his crew. He warns Hawkins to take it and to keep it safe. Afterwards, the pirates came shooting and burning the place down.
Don't worry, Sarah. I'm an expert in the laws of physical science.
Wait, I thought you were an astrophysicist. You know what? I'm just gonna consider you one of those characters who just happen to know everything. How about that?
Well, certainly a lot of trouble over that odd little sphere. Those markings baffle me. Unlike anything I've ever encountered. Even with my vast experience and superior intellect, it would take me years to unlock its... Hey! What? It's a map!
You know what? Fuck you, Doppler. I gave you a chance and you let Hawkins outdo you. The treasure ends up being this orb type thing, and it turns out that it ends up being a map to Treasure Planet. Jim Hawkins, of course, now having the map, wants to go to Treasure Planet, and being that it's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, so does Dr. Doppler, who then hires a crew and goes on their way.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean...
Allow me to handle this. I'm fluent in flatula, Jim. Took 2 years of it in high school.
Well, ain't that funny? No. No, it's not. Anyway, this is where we meet Mr. Arrow, first officer to our captain, Captain Amelia. Turns out the crew isn't Amelia's. It was just a crew paid off by Dr. Doppler, and of course, Amelia doesn't trust them one bit. I wonder if getting this crew will bite them in the ass.
Mr. Silver? Why, Mr. Arrow, sir. Bringing such fine-looking distinguished gents to grace my humble galley. Had I known, I'd have tucked in my shirt.
Cyborg.
Cyborg. Well, this didn't take long. This is Mr. Silver, the cook of the ship. Hawkins just unfortunately ends up being put under his authority. Of course, like us, Hawkins suspects Mr. Silver of being the cyborg that's after the map. But Silver plays coy, and Hawkins is off to work. Jim ends up pissing off some of the crew, and Silver comes in to intervene. Afterwards, it's made clear that Silver is the captain of the crew, and that they're waiting for the right opportune moment to go after and grab the map. You don't say. I never would have guessed. Right afterwards, actually, there's a marathon where Jim and Silver kind of build a father and son relationship. And this builds slightly throughout the movie, but most of it is throughout this short marathon. While out in space, a supernova is happening, making one of the coolest, if not the coolest looking scene in the movie. Jim checks if everyone is secured, and the supernova ends up becoming a black hole. While trying to escape, the lifelines are again checked to make sure everyone is safe, and Mr. Silver ends up flying off, but thankfully is held up by his lifeline. Until... Oh my God, he's dead! And he didn't just die, he was murdered! Holy shit, Disney! Round of applause! Seriously, holy shit! All I gotta say though is, why is this not on anyone's Disney's top 10 list of deaths? No, seriously. I've never seen, maybe it's because this movie is so underrated that no one really truly knows about it, so they don't know about this scene. But if I had a top 10 death list of Disney characters, this would be on there. Not because his death was anything magnificent or anything, just because he was murdered. Which I don't think any other Disney movie has a character being murdered besides Princess and the Frog, and the thing that got murdered was a bug, so I don't think this actually really comes close completely, but somebody died, and I just gotta congratulate Disney on that front. Holy fuck. Soon after, the crew notices Silver getting a little too close to Jim and starts trouble. Jim overhears the crew and Silver, and of course Silver finds out that Jim overheard everything and start taking over the ship. Doppler, Jim, and Amelia crash land to the planet they were heading to escape. Amelia ends up getting hurt, and Jim is off to find a safe place they can hide.
Oh, this is fantastic!
Oh no.
What?
Get out! Please, just get out!
Why?
It's the Jar Jar Binks of the movie! Ben!
A carbon-based life form come to rescue me at last! I just want to hug you and squeeze you and hold you close to me.
Okay, I may be over-exaggerating a little bit, but this is definitely a wild card character. You'll either like him or hate him. And for me, I find him really annoying. Because he never shuts the fuck up! It seems Ben knew Captain Flint, the man of all the stories and the man who stored all of his treasure on Treasure Planet. But doesn't remember a damn thing because a piece of his brain was removed. That explains a lot. Ben has a place for Jim and the others to hide, and turns out that the entire planet is made of metal. Silver and Jim talk and then argue, but you can tell that Silver has regret and really truly cares about Jim, and doesn't want to hurt him. They talk because Silver thinks Jim has the map when it actually is still on the ship, because this little nugget of fuck tricked Jim into grabbing him instead of grabbing the map. The thing fucking morphs, so it makes sense. So Jim, of course, goes back to the ship to grab the map and comes back to find that his friends were captured by the crew. He is then forced to use the map to show them where the treasure goes, and they find this little hole in the ground where he places the map and shows this entire portal to the universe. This portal can lead to anywhere in the universe by a click of a button. They set off an alarm trying to grab the treasure, and sadly for these fucks, the planet is going to blow up. People die, and Jim is setting up a ship to fly the fuck out of there. The ship though gets hit, and Jim falls off. And because of this, Silver sacrifices the ship of treasure that Jim was working on to save him. This is actually a really nice scene, even if you do see it coming. Ben comes back with Doppler and Amelia with the ship. The ship gets damaged, and the only way off the planet is the portal. Jim makes a jetboard type thing and flies the chain portal so they can escape safely. And they do. Silver tries to leave, and Jim says his goodbyes to him in another charming scene. Silver hands some treasure that he took before to Jim to rebuild his mother's inn. After all this, Jim grew up and he's no longer the troublemaker that he once was. And Doppler and Amelia end up having kids. And Jim looks out in the clouds to see Silver's face formed in one of them, looking down at him, and his eye sparkles. Okay, this scene for me is cheesy as hell, because Silver didn't die from what we've seen, so if this is kind of further in the future, why not show us what Silver was up to? For me, this little scene was kind of out of place, at least that one little part was. For me, this movie was really good. It was really hard to find anything to pick from. The animation is really good, the acting is really good, there's really nothing wrong with it besides Ben being really annoying to me, and that one little cheesy ending, but really that's another nitpick out of all things. So anyways, I'm Dcinemas. I hope you enjoyed this review. Sorry it feels so rushed, I really had to get it out of the way. Also, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys next time for the next View Then Review. See you guys there. Oh shit. Oh yeah, by the way, before I end this clip here, because this battery's about to die, I am doing this next week. I should shoot myself. No? I think I should. See you guys there for this movie. Sorry for the half-assed cliffhanger, but this battery's about to die, so I'll see you guys next time. Stupid fucking battery, you stupid piece of shit!